Welcome to Hip Hop List Daily, where we delve into the gripping stories of the hip hop world. Today, we bring you a tale of tragedy and revenge. In the streets of Chicago, Lil Wet, also known as NLMB Wet Mobb, faced the ultimate dilemma when his father, Big Wet, was shot and killed. Fueled by rage, Lil Wet sought vengeance, resulting in a shocking turn of events. Armed with a semi-automatic handgun, he unleashed violence, leaving a trail of death. However, all charges against him were dropped, raising questions about witness identifications and the mysteries surrounding the case. Now a free man, Lil Wet has turned to a rap career. Join us as we explore this intense narrative, reflecting on loss, justice, and the resilience of those who emerge from the shadows. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's unravel the complexities of this story on Hip Hop List Daily. In the east side of Chicago, a long-standing feud unfolds between two rival factions, marked by a disturbing escalation of gun violence. The conflict involves NLMB, comprised of Stones and gangster disciples, locked in a bitter struggle against Black Mobb, another faction consisting of Stones. This ongoing battle has spanned several years, claiming numerous victims who find themselves ensnared in this perilous urban war. Among the casualties is the respected OG Big Wet, a seasoned member of NLMB, whose life was tragically cut short on March 30th, 2017. Born Jerry Jacobs, he fell victim to a fatal ambush while walking along the sidewalk in the 7900 block of South Phillips Avenue. A dark-colored car pulled up beside him, disgorging four individuals who unleashed a barrage of gunfire upon him. Struck multiple times on the right side of his body, Big Wet was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Unfortunately, the valiant efforts of medical professionals were in vain, as he was later pronounced dead. Speculations abound that the perpetrators behind this heinous act were affiliated with Black Mobb, adding an ominous layer to the already grim narrative. Renowned for his enduring presence within his gang, Big Wet's demise triggered an outpouring of anger and unrest on the streets of the East Side. As the news of Big Wet's passing reverberated through the community, the East Side became a powder keg, its denizens arming themselves in preparation for what appeared to be the ominous commencement of a violent conflict. Unbeknownst to many, Big Wet left behind a legacy that extended beyond his years of loyalty to the gang. His son, known as Lil Wet, emerged as a key figure in the unfolding narrative. Filled with an overwhelming sense of rage upon learning the tragic fate that befell his father, Lil Wet became a formidable force in the burgeoning chaos. But let us delve into the identity and background of Lil Wet, seeking a comprehensive understanding of the individual who bears this name. Maurice Harris, born in 1997 on the east side of Chicago, found himself immersed in a turbulent environment defined by the intricate interplay of various gangs vying for dominance and settling scores through cycles of revenge. Growing up amidst the labyrinth of the streets, Maurice was in close proximity to his father, deeply entrenched in the gangster lifestyle, drawing inspiration from his surroundings. Maurice, from a young age, began incorporating the lessons learned from the streets into his own life, shaping his identity in the crucible of an environment where survival often demanded allegiance to a particular code. This early exposure to the complex dynamics of his neighborhood led Maurice down a perilous path. By the age of 12, he had already encountered the legal system, facing allegations of various gang-related crimes. However, rather than deterring him, these early brushes with the law seemed to solidify his trajectory. As he navigated the challenging landscape of his formative years, Maurice's journey became marked by an alarming frequency of encounters with law enforcement. By the time he reached the age of 19, he had garnered a formidable record, having been arrested at least 29 times. Charges ranged from armed robbery to firearm possession, reflecting the harsh realities of a life entrenched in the street culture that he had come to embody. While Maurice's ruthlessness earned him a measure of respect within the unforgiving streets, it was an unfortunate reality that his adversaries demonstrated little regard for such notions of respect. The delicate balance between survival and reputation in this perilous environment often proved elusive. Fast-forwarding to a crucial juncture in Maurice's life, we arrive at the day when tragedy struck, the passing of his father. This significant event would undoubtedly serve as a catalyst, propelling Maurice into uncharted territories of emotion, resilience, and self-discovery as he grappled with the complexities of his past. and sought to carve a path forward amidst the shadows of his tumultuous upbringing. In the immediate aftermath of his father's untimely demise, Maurice, colloquially known as Lil Wet, found himself ensconced in a maelstrom of profound grief and an unquenchable thirst for vengeance. The weight of sorrow and the burden of a legacy cut short compelled him to take decisive action, leading him to arm himself with determination and a formidable arsenal, preparing for an imminent and relentless pursuit of those he deemed responsible. Reliable intelligence conveyed to Lil Wet that some of his adversaries had sought refuge within the familiar confines of a local establishment, Nadia Fish and Chicken, strategically located at the crossroads of East 75th Street and South Coles Avenue. Armed with this knowledge, Lil Wet, resolute in his mission, methodically loaded his pistol, each click echoing the somber rhythm of a son's resolve. Upon arriving at the scene, the atmosphere was charged with tension, as Lil Wet, propelled by an unwavering sense of retribution, approached the establishment. His gaze, filled with a potent blend of grief and determination, bore witness to the haunting silhouette of the restaurant, an unsuspecting battleground that would soon be overtaken by the tempest of Lil Wet's vendetta. In a heartbeat, Lil Wet, consumed by the profound emotions coursing through his veins, aimed his firearm at the perceived adversaries. The ensuing moment unfolded with the rapidity of a thunderclap, as Lil Wet, in a blink of an eye, unleashed a barrage of bullets that shattered the tranquility of the once quiet eatery. Chaos ensued, a cacophony of screams, shattered glass, and the staccato rhythm of gunfire echoing through the establishment. The tragic consequences of Lil Wet's actions manifested in the lives lost within the tumultuous battleground. Among the casualties were 18-year-old Raheem Jackson and his 20-year-old brother, both caught in the relentless hail of bullets that swept through the restaurant. The visceral nature of the son's mourning transformed the eatery into a surreal tableau of destruction. Lil Wet's pursuit of retribution did not cease within the confines of the restaurant. Outside its boundaries, 2 more lifeless bodies were discovered, adding another layer of tragedy to an already somber narrative. The collateral damage wrought by Lil Wet's quest for retribution was palpable, a stark reminder of the profound repercussions that often accompany the pursuit of vengeance. In the wake of this harrowing event, rumors began to circulate, suggesting that 2 of the victims had no connection to Maurice's father and were tragically innocent bystanders ensnared in the crossfire of a vendetta-driven rampage. The tragedy deepened, prompting reflection on the unpredictable nature of revenge and the far-reaching implications of a son's grief-fueled actions. Following the prompt arrival of law enforcement, a meticulous examination of the crime scene revealed that 3 eyewitnesses unequivocally identified Lil Wet, whose legal name is Maurice. Subsequent to this revelation, a flurry of police vehicles descended upon the turf associated with NLMB, fervently scouring the area in a determined pursuit of Lil Wet. The ensuing operation culminated in the apprehension of Maurice, who was promptly placed in handcuffs, subsequently facing the grave charges of 4 counts of murder. Over the course of 3 arduous years, investigators grappled with the complexities of this case, encountering numerous obstacles due to a conspicuous lack of irrefutable evidence. Despite the weight of 3 eyewitness testimonies pointing towards Maurice, the absence of surveillance footage depicting his involvement and the inability to trace the firearm back to him presented significant challenges. It wasn't until June of 2020 that a pivotal development unfolded in this protracted legal saga. After spending 3 years incarcerated, Lil Wet, now legally absolved of the charges levied against him, was released and able to return home. The decision to drop the charges signaled a stunning turn of events, highlighting the insufficiency of evidence to sustain a conviction and underscoring the intricate complexities that often characterize legal proceedings. Upon his release, Lil Wet promptly returned to his neighborhood, exhibiting a resolve to navigate a different path, seemingly seeking an escape from the ramifications of a life entrenched in the hood. However, appearances can often be deceiving. Lil Wet, amidst dropping a few songs and attempting to establish himself as a full-time rapper, maintained his ties to NLMB, a formidable and notorious gang hailing from the east side of Chicago. As Lil Wet gained increasing exposure through his endeavors, NLMB attracted the attention of law enforcement agencies, with the federal authorities deciding to launch a thorough investigation into their activities. The heightened scrutiny prompted a decisive intervention, leading federal agents to execute a targeted operation in the neighborhood. In the wake of this operation, Lil Wet found himself in custody once again, the nature of his alleged offenses shrouded in uncertainty. While the specifics of his involvement remain elusive, speculation suggests that the federal investigation may be linked to allegations of gun trafficking within the ranks of No Limit. As the legal proceedings unfold, the question lingers. How long will Lil Wet endure the confines of prison? Or will he navigate the complexities of the case and emerge unscathed? The uncertainty surrounding his fate adds another layer to the intricate narrative of a rapper entangled in the complexities of his past and the shadowy world of gang affiliations. In conclusion, the gripping tale of Lil Wet, also known as Maurice Harris, unfolds like a complex tapestry woven with elements of tragedy, revenge, and the intricate dynamics of street life. From the turbulent streets of Chicago's East Side to the prison cells and back again, Lil Wet's journey is a testament to the complexities of navigating the thin line between survival, loyalty, and the pursuit of a different path. As we reflect on his experiences, from the loss of his father and the ensuing quest for retribution to the twists of fate that led him into the realm of rap, the narrative takes unexpected turns. The story encompasses the relentless pursuit of justice, the challenges of escaping the gravitational pull of a notorious gang, and the ever-present scrutiny of law enforcement. While Lil Wet's trajectory remains uncertain, his tale underscores the gritty realities of life in the streets, the unforgiving consequences of vengeance, and the indomitable spirit that seeks to rise above adversity. As we await the resolution of his latest legal chapter, only time will reveal the next chapters in the enigmatic journey of Lil Wet. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of a captivating narrative, and don't forget to subscribe for more compelling stories on our channel.